Every question I'm answering it. I'm with you. But in the back of my mind, all I'm thinking about is all the times I could have won those matches that I lost by not bringing my best mindset. You're haunted by all the opportunities that you missed by not bringing your best at that time. When you could have won, but you didn't win because you allowed life to interfere with that one shot. When you're sitting there getting ready to serve for the match, and your mind is not thinking about where that ball placement needs to be, but it's thinking about your family this, or this at work, or that at work. That's greatness. Greatness is your recall on every single shot that you missed throughout a 20-some year career. Every shot, you can go back and say, I was here. This person was in the red shirt there. Greatness is being so aware of the time of life in the second that went by, and you can recall like it was yesterday. Greatness is being able to go back there, not making that same mistake again.
What type of reality are you even living? What type of reality are you living? Are you living a proactive reality where you're continually problem solving and looking at all the different ways that you could manipulate, guide, or push your reality that you want in your favor? Or are you living a reactive reality where you just continually allow what is going to happen? Well, I can tell you right now, if you live in a reactive reality, you need to stop. Because if you really want to live the life of your dreams, you have got to start living a proactive reality.
There comes a day, man, everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening, it makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they've become something that you haven't. There comes that day, it's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out. Or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a day where push comes to shove.
I'm not talented. It was life and death. Either you live or you die. Which one do you want, Tom? That was the decision. In the corporate life and in the gym. But if you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something.
You can't be in love with the idea of success. You can't be in love with the results and not be in love with the work. You have to love the process. You have to love the daily grind. You have to love the lessons learned. You have to love the little victories. You have to love the experiences that the journey provides you. You have to love the relationships. You have to love the whole thing to produce the result that you are in love with. You gotta do a lot of shit that nobody ever sees or thanks you for or rewards you for a long time.
I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself.
You got to look at that man or that woman in the mirror and say, hey, get serious. You've been seriously not serious. You've been wasting valuable time. Get serious. Take control of yourself. You don't have the luxury of being reckless or procrastinating or putting things off. Come on, you got work to do.
Unless you're number one in your industry, you shouldn't be chilling. And if you're number one in your industry, you got enough common sense to know you better not be chilling. So I need that gone.
Most people want it easy. Easy come, easy go. See, but when you handle those hard things close at hand, making those hard decisions right now that you don't want to make, learning those things that you don't like to do. You do what it is you're supposed to. You're supposed to build something. You're supposed to create something. I don't know how to do it. Learn. Do whatever is required.
Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself.
You're gonna have to fucking suffer, man. To grow, you must suffer. I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, and I will succeed.
The one thing I would tell them is, and I would tell them to get it tattooed on your arm, like, and it would say, it's supposed to be fucking hard.
Right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're going to kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone with no motivation, no drive, no passion. And what has to come out of your fucking soul in the darkest of times. But if you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
You're not gonna always have a supporting cast with you. Not everyone is gonna stand with you. Not everyone is gonna support your ideas or your dreams. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you just gotta stand alone. You got to go after it with your own mindset. You have to be truthful to who you are inside. Sometimes you just gotta do it alone. When you're standing on your own 2 feet and the storm is coming in, you still gotta stand. When it starts to get too tough for you and you don't seem to have the mental capacity to fight through the pain and the agony, you still gotta stand. And sometimes you just gotta stand alone. Being alone doesn't mean that you are all by yourself. It means that there's still something connected to you. You have some unique qualities that are attached to you. But do you have the ability to wake them up? We all have unique gifts.
Because many of us are cuffed to convenience. Comfort and convenience is killing your calling. Your plan will not be convenient.
I can tell you how it's hard to get off the couch and take that one step towards greatness. I can tell you how hard that is. I can also tell you how hard it is, 10 times harder, looking back on your life as time expires, knowing you could have been great when you didn't get off the couch because it seemed hard and now you can't do anything about it. I can tell you how the worst failure in life isn't the person that fell down, it's the person that never got up to try.
Those long dog ass days, those hard ass practices, I'm exhausted, man. I'm tired, man. I'm dead, man. Yeah, that's process. And in process, what do we get? We learn who's committed. We learn this is what it takes to be a champion.
Nobody wants to do it. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it. But nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it.
Some of you're going to lose it all. You're going to lose that house if you keep being average. You're going to lose your family if you keep being average. You're going to lose that job if you keep being average. You're going to lose it because nobody wants to be average. You will live in the reality that you build. You have to understand that every decision you make, you live with that decision. Every effort you put forth. If you put forth an average effort, you will live an average life. You will live in what you build. Some of what you want, some of what you're trying to get ain't in the comfort zone. And so if what you want is not in the comfort zone, you got to come out of the comfort zone to get what you want. It's time to put your pieces together of your puzzle. I'll put mine together. I want to run my life because it's my life. I understood that the dream is real, but the lifestyle is real. You want the lifestyle, but you don't want to earn it. You got to earn it. Why are you in school when you don't have to be in school? I want to live a phenomenal life. Why are you writing books when you don't have to write books? I want to live a phenomenal life. You're building it. Every decision you make, you're building it. Every shortcut you take, you are destroying it. Every corner you cut, you're tearing it down.
There really are only two macro level motivators that we have in life, and that's pleasure and pain. I want people to understand is, okay, so if nature only gave you two things to motivate you, pleasure and pain, why would you eliminate half of them? And so most people think that life is about avoiding the pain. I'm here to tell you right now, in a very controlled fashion, it is about really experiencing the pain, learning from it. Pain plus reflection equals progress.
If you look at Nelson Mandela, if you look at Mother Teresa, if you look at Mahatma Gandhi, who died with under 10 possessions, These people were world changers. These people were radical optimists. These people suffered because the root of the word passion means to suffer. They suffered for their dream. They suffered for their values. They suffered for their cause. They suffered for their followers. They suffered for their greatness.
You will lose yourself and you will never find your way back because you gave up too soon. You will lose yourself because you didn't think you had it anymore. Battles are meant to fight. And you will fight each battle of your life. And some you will win, and some you will lose. It's hard. Deal with it. It's challenging. Deal with it. You don't think you got it? I say you do got it. I say you must have it. I say you will have it. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not focused, you are never going to see the goodness and the greatness that you have within yourself. But greatness does not come overnight. Greatness requires work, and hard work is how you get it. There's no time for being lazy. There's no time to say I'm sorry. There's no time to say I can't go any further. When you truly want to adapt, then adapt. Every situation requires some kind of attitude that you can endure it.
I want you to feel your center right now, your strength. I want you to just inside yourself, promise yourself you're never going to settle. Never settle for less than you can be, do, give, or create. Hold a new standard that you're going to constantly strengthen your state, your focus, your physiology. All you got to decide is surround yourself with the right people. All you got to decide is what you're committed to, what's a must for you. Shift the belief, find what works. When it gets tough, get stronger, and give more. And if you do that each day with enough energy, I'm telling you, the stuff you once dreamed about will be a reality.
I want you to ask yourself, why aren't you putting more effort forward? Why aren't you getting A's in math? You can. Why aren't you getting A's in English? You can.
Every time something good happens to me, I don't get satisfied. I get hungry.
If you stay in bed, if you stay on the couch, if you stay in your comfort zone, if you only do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, if you get up, if you grind, if you are relentless, if you work as hard as possible, when other people are slacking off, your life will be easy.
Everybody's living off the hope factor. They hope the water was never cold. They hope the weather was good. I don't live off that hope. I wish the water was cold. I wish the rain. When the end is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know where the you are.
It's your trial. It's your tribulation that's going to get you out your comfort zone. It's your trial. It's your tribulation that's going to take you to the next level.
When you're working out and you want to die, feel the pain happening in your legs as you rep out one more squat, because it'll be all the more pleasurable when you reach the other end where you're relaxing. Boy, I really went hard on that set. I really went hard in school. I really went hard in my career. I really went hard in life.
And that's why so few people achieve great things, because they don't want to sacrifice, they don't want to discipline for some greater. So you see all these people that have great things in life that you look up to, it's because they were sacrificed and disciplined long before you ever knew them.
Hard work works. And you know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me.
Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been.
Live your life the way that you want to leave your life. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you right now, if you had 90 days to live, how many of you will make some radical changes in your life?
He kept getting up and getting up. I saw Trump do the same thing. I saw a lot of these guys I admired in business do it. And that's what it takes. To do anything successfully in life, you've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. And life and dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen, become a reality. I believe that sincerely. I'll die on that thought.
Let the hard work begin. Let the testimony be the testimony. When you are tested, be the testimony. When you have been pushed back even harder. When you feel that you can't carry on, feel within yourself that you are alive and you got a job to do. It is all business, never personal. Be productive, be strong, be powerful. Hard work, never quit. And from the bottom of my heart, ladies and gentlemen, conduct your business.
Several people live to be 100 years old and they have great lives. But somewhere in their life, they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. A lot of people take the easy route.
It does not mean that you are in it by yourself for a long time, but just enough for you to be able to rectify something within you. And when the time comes for you to get out and show out, there's nothing that can stop you. Because you have developed something within you, then you keep going.
Some of you broke and you still entertained. You ain't got no money and you sitting here complaining about, but then you watching all the TV programs. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts. No, we working out now.
If you're willing to take the harder way, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it.
Whenever anything is challenging, whenever anything sucks, good. I like it. It's going to give me a good story to tell. It's going to toughen my mind, and it's going to make us stronger.
I turn around in exhaustion, salute my former self that was right there. Proud of that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm tired. That motherfucker gave it his all to ensure that right now I got the most out of it.
I realized I was on the right path because it stopped being easy. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm tired as but I'm not going to complain because I asked for this. So I'm going to smile with tired fucking eyes and realize that everything I'm doing on a daily basis is for a fucking reason.
You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself. It's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable.
The thing I value more than anything is me being able to look myself in the mirror and say, hey bro, you gave it everything you got today. I can live with that. But the thing that would be extremely difficult for me is for me to go out and compete and I know I didn't give everything I had. That's a problem for me.
Hard work and making good choices will always position you in life to win. If you're cutting corners, if you're taking shortcuts, you're not robbing anybody else but you.
They don't need to go out and run 10K a day for 70 days or train twice and drink this much water and do this. I think they need to take the first little step, whether that's trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. What are you actually good at? Everyone's good at something, right? If you can leverage that one thing and make it become your life, eventually it will lead to success. And I'm sure I'm sure everyone can be successful in a field of what they do. I don't know what the timelines are on that. It could be 50 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 1 year. You see singers blow up after 6 months of singing, but you'll see a business person like me blow up after 12 years. Or you'll see a businessman that sells cars and it'll take him 35 years. There's no timeline for it. It's just about taking that first step, whether that first step is reading a book.
If you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. If you think ordinary's cool, just go on about your business. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of ordinary and you come up with extraordinary. There's no other way. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category.
If you do not like where you're going, do something about it. When it comes to our effort, the energy that we put forth, the way we go at the day, the way we handle the day, the time we wake up, the time we go to sleep, you are going to be intentional, you're going to be deliberate, you're going to be strategic. That means that there's not a day that's going to go by, there's not an hour that's going to go by There's not a minute that's not gonna go by that is not accounted for. Push through pain enough, and there's glory on the other side of it. But you gotta get through it. It's your life. You're gonna have to live in it. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a product of your effort. You are the sum total of the decision that you made and the effort that you put forth. So if you do not like what you see,
These little tests, the little tiny details of life, makes that dream a possibility. You see what pushing through that is, facing it, meeting it head on, that fear, that pain, whatever else, how you can beat it back. You've done it here day in, day out, and you don't fall down. If you fall down, get back up and keep getting back up.
there's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. You're giving 50. And you want what these people who's giving sweats, who's giving blood, who's giving tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. That's what we do when we put forth 120. That other stuff, I don't know who that is, but that ain't us. I dare you to try it for 30 days. I dare you to go to school, sit up front, shut up, do your homework, do the test, and show them what you're really working with.
When you want to achieve the highest goal of all time, you are going to have to learn how to get your ass kicked all the way up that damn mountain. If I want to be way up here, it's going to take a bunch of small micro failures.
Get ready for the common people not to understand you. Get ready for people to try and block you and conspire against you.
It's your dream. Nobody's gonna see it like you do it. Nobody's gonna be as dedicated to it as you are. It's your dream, and they don't have to understand, and they don't have to like it. It doesn't make a difference. It's your dream, and you, my friend, have been given the task to make it happen, and you can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do.
The moments that take your breath away are the ones that count. You need the downs to make the ups. You need the ups to create the downs. You need to feel the opposites to truly understand the full reality of the life you are living.
Everybody won't see it. Everybody won't join you. Everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation.
The reality is when you do things that are easy in life, you don't value them as much. When you do things that are difficult and that require you to dig really deep, then you value them more. It's easy to quit. It's easier to try something that's already been done before. It's harder when you don't know what the end result will be. It's harder when you face the uphill challenge and you deal with it, you face it head on. It's where you build confidence in yourself. That's where you build your own self-esteem. You know, things are given to you, you never have a sense of how difficult it is to actually earn it.
You won't ever have to look back and say, dang, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
There's the people that win, and there's the people that lose. And the people that win have something in common when it comes to this level of criticism. Every single bit of negativity, every single bit of doubt, every single negative comment, every single person that says, you can't do this could never happen, those go into a bank. And every time you're tired, every time you're frustrated, every time you want to quit, you remember what these people say. And winners understand that this is some of the most valuable fuel that you could ever have. The only way that you can lose on this journey is by giving up. There are no failures. There's only quitting. Every single failure, every single hardship, every single obstacle is going to serve you if you allow yourself to let it serve you. Because if you're executing day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, over the course of time, regardless of what anybody says, if you are executing day in and day out, no matter what, there is not a single thing that can stop you.
That you are an uncommon breed. You have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself.
Anytime you move out of your comfort zone, you're gonna go through a bell curve of frustration. You're gonna be excited, you're gonna be pumped, you're gonna have the momentum to carry you through the first 2 or 3 or 4 days. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 3 weeks. But what happens when that energy fades? What happens when you start to get frustrated? What happens when you start to feel like a grind and things get grueling and they get gritty and they get tough and it gets harder to move through the process every single day? What happens then? Most people quit. You forget the purpose of why you started, and things become monotonous. They become hard. They become miserable. You become angry. You become frustrated. And guys, that is normal. Anytime you start something new, anytime you set out on a new path,
you embed that long-term goal into your brain, and every single day of your life, from here on out, you do something about it.
The most powerful voice you'll ever hear is the one inside your own head, because that voice is often fueled by fear and insecurity. Your mind can remind you of the past. It can criticize you and make you question your self-worth, but you can change that. Don't be afraid to question the stories you create in your head. Focus on what you want, and you'll start to see opportunities where obstacles once were.
You know, the things that you think about all the time, that you don't tell anybody, right? You can do that thing. You actually can achieve it. And you should believe in yourself. You should believe in those things because they're there for a reason.
Your biggest enemy is you. People don't understand it's you against you. The only person that gets in your way is you. Nobody else.
Your current situation is not your final destination. There's more to your life. And I know right now it's hard for you to believe that, but I need you to believe it. Like everything you're currently facing is building you for something greater. You're more than your struggles. You're more than your pain. I know you feel like nobody understands you. Nobody gets you. I know you feel alone and isolated. So I want to tell you, I'm proud of you for not giving up when it's so easy to.
The darkest place someone can be is standing still. The darkest place someone can be is when they are alive, but they are not living. The darkest place someone can be is when they are no longer making progress.
You can't avoid the peaks and valleys in life. They say you can't avoid the peaks and valleys in life. Life will always have the ups and downs, so make peace with it.
How hard are you really working? I don't know about you, but I don't encounter many people who are completely committed to their craft. In our society where it is very unpopular to have a sickening, completely committed, dedicated work ethic, it's not the norm. I believe people who think this way don't know what it's like to push yourself to the limits, don't know what it's like to work your absolute best, give everything you have, sacrifice, commit, work hard, and that feeling of growth, of progress, of even reaching a milestone in your journey. How amazing that feels.
You don't believe that you have the potential and the capability to be the best of yourself. So why? You just sit back and you wait for somebody to pat you on the shoulder and say it's okay. At least you gave it your best. Your best ain't good enough. Your best don't work. You need to go beyond your best. You need to go beyond the level. You need to let the world know that you exist. You need to let the world know that you made different. You're built different. You're stronger. You're more passionate. You believe in yourself. When the rest of the world shuts you down, you woke up the next day and you said, I got this. I do this. I breathe this. I am this. You can't stop me. Because your body ain't got no business telling you what to do. You tell your body what to do. It's time to get to work.
Starting with a little dream, like building your business and saying, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to be extraordinary. Because the days slip into weeks, the weeks slip into months, the months slip into years. Before you know it, 1 year's gone by, 5 years have gone by. Well, 1 year's going to go by anyway. Why not get there world class in this business, world class in your life?
If dreams were easy, everybody would make them happen. The problem is that most people, they can't get up in the morning. They ain't got no energy. Most people that I'm with, they don't got the energy to keep up with me. I'm like, boo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just ain't got the stamina. You just ain't got the energy. You can't smart everything. You can't outthink everything. Some stuff is just, you gotta be powerful. You just too slow. It just take you too long. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it can take 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're gonna forever be average because to be great, you got to keep up. I'm shocked more people are on beast mode. There are people who living from check to check and they comfortable. It's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, boo, you broke.
Whenever you feel negative or unhappy about anything, you say, wait a minute, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for what happens. I can't change the past, so I'm not going to spend a second worrying about the past.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
Death is not waiting behind that door right now. Every second, you are between life and death. One day, it just stays with this, then this is going to happen. So in the moment where you realize it could be my last action right now that I do, having this type of thought on the mind, it could be your last, hopefully makes you wake up to really focus on the things that are important for you. Because many things are starting to fall away when somebody tells you, look, you only have 1 more week to live. Many problems that at the moment people are caring about, they will just disappear. Then they wake up and realize this shortness of life.
You see, there are so many people in this world right now, they're just sitting around waiting. Oh, I could do it tomorrow. Waiting. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not that important. Waiting. That's the mentality that many people have. They like to wait instead of doing. They like to talk about it, but they're never gonna be about it. You can't sit and wait for somebody to do it for you. You got to stop waiting for something to happen, and you got to make it happen. Get it done right now, and tell your mind to take over.
You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. The bigger the suffering, the more peace.
You can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. You've got to focus on you. Telling yourself every day, here I go again, and I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.
When you start anything, to learn something new, to create a business, to become more in shape, the first step, the first day, the first minute, you're excited. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. The next day comes and you're like, man, this is a little tougher. And then you take another step and another step, and you end up admitting to yourself, this is pretty damn hard. The enthusiasm from the beginning of the process starts to fade out. You forgot why you started. All you could think about is that next grueling step, that next terrible workout.
Your past don't count no more, and your future is so far ahead that you don't even need to be worried about that. You master the present. Go fast, go hard, and win the day. What I want to invite you to do, what I want you to consider, is that every single time you go and do something hard, that's the story you've told yourself, that it's easier said than done. You know, it's kind of hard to do that. Well, it's supposed to be fucking hard. Look, if growing stronger and building muscle were fucking easy, you'd have no reason to go to the gym. There would be no growth if there was no challenge.
And instead of taking everything personally, you have to see that it's like a gladiator battle, and that some people are bad, some people are good, some people are not, are in between. But stop taking everything personally and try to learn from it. So if you make a mistake, what you want to do, if you have failure in life, something didn't go right, you want to have the ability to look inward and say, what did I do wrong? And a lot of people don't have that inner strength. But if you want to be successful, if you want to get ahead in this world, you have to develop the skill. You have to be able to look at yourself as if you were somebody else, as if from the outside, and say, here's how I could improve. Here's what I did wrong the last time I did it.
What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up, and you can turn around and get it right.
You got to start walking, because the perspective's not going to change. You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective, make some kind of progress. And worst case scenario, you figure out that you walked the wrong direction. Okay, now you can go walk in the other direction. And that's going to be fine. But standing there lost and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death. Don't let that happen.
Everything that you're becoming,
is a resilient pad of growth. On that pad is a launch. That's where you take off. That's where you find out what you're really made of. It's not about waiting until the end and one day you'll go after it. Make today day one. Today is the day that I decided I wanted to be great, so I'm going to do it.
It's time to get it done. It's time for you to focus on the now. You got to get your priorities straight right now. Because those that are dedicated to success speak a language that excuses will never understand. Trying is not good enough. Trying is not gonna get you there. We need application. We need dedication. We need motivation. We need discipline.
Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate it. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. When you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, it's found with the fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Blocking, tackling, until they get tired. Because you don't know what tired feels like.
When you do videos every single Monday and ain't nobody paying you. When you come to an engagement and you speak as if you're making the most you've ever made when you're not. When you get up at 6 when you don't have to. Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help them toward the goal. So all the little social media, cut it off. Cut it off. Get off of it. Stop Netflix. Who you watching? Watch you. Cut the TV off. It's going to be there. You got a job to do. That's what you're getting paid for. Have some pride.
There is no discount. You can't get 50% off. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking there are. And stop wanting people to put you somewhere that you didn't earn.
Cut off the TV, son. Cut that doggone football game off. It ain't doing nothing for you. They making millions, you not. More stuff comes to you when you execute, son. Do what you supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more.
And it's not just a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday effort. It's a f***ing lifestyle. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week commitment.
When I tell you to put forth effort, I'm talking about life and death. The effort that you put forth is going to bring life to your finances, to your health. When you put forth effort, your money is going to look different when you put forth effort. You look different. And when you don't put forth that effort, it's death. When I put forth 120% effort, can't nobody stop me. I didn't get here off being smart. I didn't get here being talented. I got here off that dog. I got that dog. I got that grind. And whatever I put my mind
to. People don't get it. There's great joy in the grind. Great joy in the suffer. It totally cleanses your body out, man, of any kind of hate. Makes you grow up.
See, most of us, we come out to compete every single day. The jungle comes to win because the jungle is always prepared.
Consistency is even rarer than talent or enthusiasm. Every January 1st in the gym, rock up and everyone's keen to do something. They've got these New Year's resolutions. They're all enthusiastic, and some of those people will be talented. But how many of those people end up being consistent long term?
So if you're in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking.
I'm here with a purpose and live on purpose. Not off of your resume of where you've been, but on the direction and understanding of where you're going. There's a call on you. It's time for you to answer it.
It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they're willing to work their ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it was about being the hardest worker in the room. That's what got him there, and it didn't happen overnight.
You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you. This is what success is all about. You need these 3 things. Are you ready? You need skill set, mindset, and opportunity. You need to rise up and understand what success is all about. Skill set, work on your skill. Mindset, work on your mentality, baby, and your opportunity will come. If you truly want to be better, if you truly want to grow, then you got to get your mind in the right place. There's gonna come a time when your body is gonna feel broken down. But you got to get to a point where you tell your body to shut up. Wake up, sleepyhead. It's time to get to work. It ain't gonna happen by itself. It's not gonna change by itself. You got to be prepared to put in the work to get to that next level and go beyond. But don't look back now. This, my friend, is what you've been preparing for. You are on the cusp of greatness. You need to keep going. Don't stop now. Instead, you take control of your life. Take control of it. Do something with it. Stop making excuses. This is what we're talking about. Getting it done and getting it done now.
For most people, the easiest thing in the world to do is to give up and to quit. The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain. Don't take no effort. The easiest thing in the world to do is to be negative. It takes work to have a perspective that see things on the right side of the coin. You gotta fight for that. It takes work to show up every single day, and when things are not playing in our favor, to say, you know what, man, it's right not playing in my favor right now, but I'm gonna still show up, and I'm gonna give everything I got to it because I value what I'm a part of. It takes work to have the right perspective, and I'm a firm believer that perspective drives performance every day of the week.
You're not going to be the best. You're not going to catch the best if you're not intentional and deliberate. And there are those of you in your space, and whatever you're trying to do, you don't even represent the best in your space, and you're still not giving 120. It doesn't matter if you're interested. It doesn't matter if you're somewhat committed. It only matters if you're fully committed. Where are you in that spectrum? Where would you place yourself? Am I interested in this, committed to this, or am I fully committed to this? You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in.
You don't need motivation. It's great if it arrives. It's some extra fuel on the fire. But discipline is the thing that you need. What would you tomorrow want you today to do?
It has to be something. This is what I'm talking about now, because this isn't a hack. This has to be in you. Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you. Sometimes you can read a David Goggins book, because I was all this shit and then a lot more of up. But if you don't have a little flame, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so fucking bad. You can watch me, you can watch you, you can watch fucking Rogan and Cameron Haynes, all these motherfuckers. You can go to Tony Robbins's fucking bullshit, all this shit. Do all this shit. If you could keep going back and keep spending money and spending money and spending money with no results, you can wonder, wow, maybe let me go try out David Goggins. He ain't gonna fucking help you. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Your friend and a lot of people out here just don't fucking want it. So guess what? Have fun with your life.
Just be careful. Be careful of getting caught in that planning phase of who you can become. Be careful of that planning phase, because the planning phase should be about 3 seconds.
Make your move before you're ready. I'll tell you where big dreams go to die. They go to the planning place, preparing myself. And it's the biggest con job we work on ourselves. There are so many bones of big dreams in that graveyard where people.
And your grind has to match your dream. I need you to pick your grind up. There's nothing wrong with your dream. You have a great dream with a little grind. You need to work an hour longer. You need to run just a little faster. You need to put 5 more pounds on the rack. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at.
You're the master of your life. You're not the servant anymore. You are running the day. The day is not running you. That is freedom, guys.
This ain't for the weak and the uncommitted. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes it's gonna be painful. But if you want it, you gotta go get it. You gotta play hard for it. Yep, it's difficult. Why? Because the process is weeding out the weak.
It takes a lot of guts.
You don't have nothing but lint in the corner of your pocket. You're out here talking about living your dream. And people laughing at you. And they're doubting you.
When you're uncommon, get ready for the criticism. Get ready for the opposition.
How far one can go. And you can go further than you think. You in 3 and you got 6 gears. But you're accustomed to 3, you're accustomed to 4. I challenge you to push it to all the gears you got. Give it everything you got. I want to see how far I can go. I want to see what I can accomplish. I want to see what I can do, what I can be, what I can have. I want to see. I don't want to see what I think I can do. I don't want to see what I think is possible. I want to see what my life would look like if I didn't count the cost.
I'll tell you this, there's never been a statue erected for a critic. Everybody tell you how to do it, they never did it more.
Our mind wants to protect us. The mind, it has a tactical advantage over us. It knows our deepest, darkest fears or insecurities. It knows where we start to feel, we start getting that doubt creeping that says, hey man, you know what man, maybe this isn't good. Let's go back home to the wife. Let's go back home to the kids. This is not comfortable. So in that moment, the mind directs us. It's a protective mechanism. It saves us from doing bodily harm or it really saves us from discovering that the mind's like, I want to be in charge of you. I don't want you to be in charge of me.
One of the things that I see holding people back is comfort. So it's easy to get life to a stage where it's not that bad, it's not that good either. At least when you have a full-on breakdown, there's only one way to go, right? You're only going to go up from there. But I think it's possible to wallow for years in a just about passable life, right? Sedated by comfort. And I see this temptation in myself as well, to give up the good for the great. What would you say to people who are trying to escape this curse of mediocrity?
Well, if you're satisfied with it in some fundamental sense, I mean, there's something to be said, I suppose, for walling off a private space for yourself if you can maintain it, and detaching yourself to some degree from the troubles of the world and maintaining your own little private garden. The problem with that is the snakes tend to seep in from the outside, right? It's pretty difficult to wall yourself off in any real sense from the concerns of the world.
You're gonna die never even trying to reach your full potential. This was the life that you were supposed to live, but you didn't try. Those of you who are listening to this, whoever hear this, you will not find toughness in a comfortable environment. You will not find it. The only way you find it is to drown yourself in a position where you're just out of sorts.
So if you constantly stay in your comfort zone, in a zone of familiarity, and you don't explore and try new things, you don't put your neck out on the line and risk losing a little money, risk being laughed at, then you are literally that acorn that has the potential to become a beautiful, massive tree with deep roots and branches that touch the clouds. But you have kept yourself in that box, and you will just be a sad little sapling.
Do you sacrifice as your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse's comfort so that you can be better, or do you sacrifice your comfort so they can feel better? It's obvious. Well, it's the same here. It's the same analogy, which is I choose to sacrifice my happiness, my joy, my comfort, my Lamborghini in this moment, not forever, but in this moment, for you.
Anybody ever tell you, hey, look, you know what? Just be satisfied with what you got. Don't believe him. Get him away from you. You should never be satisfied with what you got. Because the attempt to get more makes you into something better. All the time. The comfort zone is dangerous. When you're comfortable, you are at most dangerous. You should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied.
What you gotta do to get the life that God wants you to have, you gotta put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail.
It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be. Get your butt up. You are a royal priesthood. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You got all the stuff. You got it all. But you will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me.
Yes.
Life can be overwhelming. That's the way life works. It is testing you. It is going to throw problems at you, and it is going to throw them at you all at the same time. This is the way life works. Murphy's Law. It is easy to feel beaten when you're faced with all those problems at once. But let me tell you, that does not mean give up fighting. In fact, it means the opposite. It is time for you to fight harder, to dig in, to go on the warpath, to assess what the problems are and decide which one you are going to attack first.
Force yourself to do it. Say you're a general. The brain is a general. The troops are the body. The troops don't want to listen, but you go, F you listen. And you get up and you do it. Just do it. Make yourself do it. And if you do that, if you write down and do that, you can change who the f you are.
You should push yourself beyond your limits of tolerance in your 20s to find out where it is. How much can you work? How disciplined can you become? Like, can you work 12 hours a day? Can you work 8 hours a day? Can you work 3 hours a day? Like, flat out. Where's your limit?
I'm up here not because I'm super impressive, because I'm not. Every time I wanted to quit this business, I didn't make a decision to not quit the rest of my life. I made a decision not to quit for one more day. One more day, just don't quit. One more day, hang on.
It all starts with you. Some of you are in situations, man, that you know what it is, right? You know what it is. Maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's a relationship, maybe a job, right? Some of you are in situations that you know what it is, but you're choosing to stay in it, and you're choosing to accept it. And you wonder why things ain't changing in your life. You know, you want all these things to happen for your life, but you don't want to put in the work. You don't want to put in the sacrifice. You don't want to go through the journey that sucks to get to the mountain peak that's beautiful. Some of you are choosing a lot of things in your life that's keeping you from everything that you were created to be. Everything.
You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more help. All you need is you. You just need to put in more energy, more effort, and make yourself do the things you don't want to do so you can be who you want to be.
I want to see what you do when you're tired. Let me see how you push yourself. Come on, man. Get up. Get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. The next day. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Keep going. Do more hard shit makes you do more hard shit. Yeah. Understand that you want it bad, so you're willing to put in the work and do things you don't want to do. It's what makes you have that confidence, the mentality that I'm the type of dude to get shit done.
Turn your ambitions into actions. Let every heartbeat, every breath be a reminder of your goals. This is your time, your moment. Push harder, go further, be bolder.
Cultivate a different voice in your head, the voice of resilience, of determination, of grit. This is the voice that says, get up, even though you're tired. It's the voice that tells you to keep pushing when everything in you wants to stop. This is the voice of a champion, and it's the one you need to listen to.
Remember, the path to greatness is littered with challenges, but these challenges are not there to stop you. They're there to test you, to make you stronger, to prepare you for what's to come. Every time you overcome a challenge, you grow. You become more than you were before.
Just got to run a 120-mile week, 2,000 pull-ups, 4,000 push-ups, and hundreds of reps at the gym. I hear it all the time. Goggins has a great message, but you don't want to end up like him. His body's all fucked up. You're not afraid of having a fucked up body. You're afraid of the fucking effort. See, what you don't understand is this. We're all being tested, and that road to success is a bumpy-ass fucking road. Has fucking potholes, nails, detours and shit. Yeah, a lot of you are gonna die with a nicely preserved body. No plates, no bad knees, no bruises, no scars.
You have to push yourself. When people talk about self-esteem, I hate this term. Like, so many kids were taught to get a participation trophy for something, and they thought, I'm gonna build their self-esteem this way. People can tell you your whole life you're a piece of crap, and your brain can go, screw you, I'll show you, and you become somebody. Your life self-esteem, your self-esteem, esteem for yourself, is earned by you doing something difficult for you.